G'day guys, welcome back to Outer Range 4x4. Today I've decided I'm going to start a new series going over product reviews of all the products that I use, some that mates use, just things that I've used for enough time to actually give an opinion on them. So if I bought it a week ago, I'm not going to review it for a couple months until I've used it hard. So today I'm actually going to start with going through my King's 270 awning. I do have some other videos to film today, which you'll slowly see over the weeks. So I'm not going to upload them all at once. You're going to have to be patient. But yeah, today I'm going to go through the King's 270 awning, which I've had for about 18 months, so it's been used well. I've actually had to change out the bag on it, but I'll explain why. It didn't actually break, but there's a different reason to that. And I'll be giving you my pros and cons on all the products that I use. So yeah, stay tuned for more, but yeah, first we'll get into the awning. So the awning itself's pretty self-explanatory. It's freestanding 270, so by 270 degrees, wraps all the way around the rear, so there's actually a massive hinge up the back of it here. And freestanding, I don't have to set up any poles. So once I unzip the bag, swing it around the back, strap it down, I'm all done. Nothing else to set up. So I'll give you a quick setup on it. So I normally keep my zippers at the back of the awnings just for that. If they're at the front, they actually flick around in the wind. If you put your windows down, you're just gonna hear tapping of the zippers. One thing, so once you run zipper all the way around, what you actually want to do is tuck the bag over the top. Now, you may notice, I don't know if you can see it there, a little bit of water dripping down. I will get to that later when I go over the pros and cons of it. But yeah, the bag leaks a little bit. So that's, one thing. So once you've got the bag all tucked up behind and around the corners, all you need to do is you have these little straps here, which has got little D-rings and they've got Velcro straps. So if you undo those, untuck them, the awning will roll out. Now, you might notice mine is very dirty, very moldy. As I said, I've had it for about 18, 19 months. It has been used well, I'll tell you that. It's actually survived the 12-month warranty period. But then all you need to do, grab this little buckle on the end here, and that's gonna be your point to pull, and pull it all the way around the car, and then I'll bring the camera around here and I'll show you how to tie it on. So, obviously you can set it up by yourself easily, but when you let go of the awning, it is gonna swing back that way, but we'll grab it in a sec. What I wanna show you is the strap that it comes with. Now, this end has got a little hook on it, and the other end is just open strap. There's nothing on it. So what you do is to run back and grab the awning, is you get your little clip here, run the strap through, don't run all of it through yet, just enough that you can hook it on, and then you got the little hook. Now, obviously, I do it on my roof rack. On the Prado, I used to just do it to the mesh of the roof rack. You can do it wherever you want. You just need to hook it on somewhere. Doesn't have to hook on. What I do is I actually run the hook around and then clip it back onto itself. So that's all tight. That's not going anywhere. Now what you do for the rest of it is grab this, pull the strap through, make sure that's all tight. That awning's not going anywhere now. So as you've just seen, the awning is really easy to set up by yourself, whereas I used to have a normal 270 that had the poles that you had to click on and then drop down every time you set up. Absolute pain to set up. I don't suggest getting one. If you're gonna get one, save up a couple extra bucks and get one of these. Even though these Kings sell them for about $400, $350 on sale if you're lucky. So don't buy it full price, because I think they're about $800 full price now. It was $900 when I bought it. So definitely don't buy it for that price, but yeah, you gotta buy it when it's cheap. So some things that I like about the awning is that the bars are actually all square on it. Now there's a reason to that, and I'll find it later and I'll show you. I actually 3D printed some little clamps that I can put my light bars on, but I don't need to anymore because obviously in the canopy, I have my light bars up on the roof here. So I don't need to put them on the awning anymore. However, another thing I do like about it, it has little D-rings on all the ends, and then it's also got them in the middle of the wings. The reason for these ones is obviously tie them down, and then that gives you water runoff over the awning. And then these ones are just tie them straight down, give it more support if it's windy. Now, I had it once set up, extremely windy. I tied down, would have been these two ends, well, it would have been the three ends, and then it didn't come out at all. Didn't move, didn't break. That was probably a couple weeks after I got it. Never broke. It's obviously still going. So that's one positive thing about it. Another positive thing I like about it is that you can attach walls to this awning, and they do sell walls, and I bought 2 of them. My original plan was to go and buy 3 of them and a door, but Walls are a bit of a hassle to set up. I bought two. I think I've used them about 3 or 4 times. I've never used them again. They still sit in the garage. I don't plan to use them because it's just ruins the point of the easy setup of the awning is the other thing. However, with the walls, compared to the normal 270 that I had from Kings, this one actually has, don't know how well you can see it, it has zippers to attach the walls to as opposed to Velcro. Benefit of that is it's not just going to rip off if someone falls. However, I can tell you that the zippers are very loose. So what I normally do is I cable tie the zipper end back up to the awning, because that way I know it's not going to drag back if there's a little bit of wind or something, because the first time I used it, it did do that. Right, now, another positive thing that I like about it is that the actual canvas part of the awning and the bag as well, and I'll show you the bag later, they can all actually be removed. So in case your canvas rips and it's still under warranty, however, this part's not broken, then you'd get the whole awning replaced. However, when it's out of warranty, which my bag was, so I had to get a new bag, you can actually get the canvas replaced, but you can still keep the frame, or buy a whole new one with a new warranty period, whatever you want. I don't think the design of the actual bars has changed that much, but the bag design did change in the first and second version, and I'll explain why after. So as I just said about the bag, new bag, this is a second version. I don't know if there's another version, but this is the one that I've had replaced. So it's got Velcro straps on the bottom, and then the D-shackles are actually above the bag, so I can't show you them yet, but they loop up and around to bring a bit of tension to hold the awning in. The original bag just had a Velcro strap on the bottom and top that you bring down, and there was no actual way to tension it out, but it didn't quite work well. Right, now I'm going to show you how to pack up the awning. It's really simple because it was really easy to set up, so it's going to be really easy to take apart. First thing is what you need to do, you need to come and undo the strap that you've done around the back. You can leave the strap there, deal with it later. Now, being freestanding, you can push it, let it do its own job. So once you get it here, can't wrap anything up yet because you actually need to pull the lips of the bag back around. So I normally start with the back because that's the hardest part, and then as you go along the front, run the front of it back over. Then you've got your D-shackles right here again. So you need to make sure that they're both easy to access. And then you need to start rolling the canvas up. There is quite a bit of canvas at the front, so you'll find that the front of the bag will sag a bit, and that is because there's so much canvas here. Like, see how much it sticks out at the front. Then what you need to do is get your D-shackle, get the Velcro strap, run that through. So that actually brings the whole awning up because you got a leverage point to pull the strap up, whereas with the original bag, you didn't, so the awning wouldn't sit as tight as it could. I do think it needs a third strap up the front though. That's a recommendation. However, yeah. And all you need to do is fold the lips back over, tuck everything in. And then run your zipper down, make sure your canvas is tucked in. It's all packed up. So it's fairly easy to set up and pack up. However, there are a couple things that I don't like about it, which I'm going to show you now. And the one thing that I really don't like about the bag, and it's not the biggest issue once you've set it up, but if you're trying to move the setups to a different vehicle, which I had to do, becomes an issue. Now you might notice along the back of the awning here, there's no tracks to mount your bolts to. That's because it's actually on the inside of the bag. When you buy the awning, you need to measure up where your brackets go, and then you actually need to cut a hole in the bag, put the bolts on the inside, put the bag back on, and then mount it. So you can see here, when the light adjusts, that I've actually got a little bit of silicone here, and I've got some bolts and washers, and that's how it's all mounted. Reason I had to get a new bag, the actual bag didn't break, but it was because on the Prado, I had it mounted in different spots. So it means I would have had to either mount it in the same spot, which I couldn't because I've only got the channels on the roof rack, or I had to have holes in the bag. So I spent the 50 bucks off Kings, and I got a new bag, which had obviously the new D-shackle straps in it, which actually works a lot better. So if you've got Kings awning already, and it's got the old straps on it, I actually suggest you get a new bag and get the new straps because it makes life so much easier. So as I said, I don't like that one thing about the awning. That actually does lead to another thing. When I opened it, I mentioned that I had water sitting in the front here. Now, due to the fact that you have to cut your own holes in the bag, it does leak a little bit. I did silicone it up because I didn't actually silicone it on the Prado, and I thought that that was the main issue. So on the new bag, when I set it up on the Ranger, I did put silicone around it, still leaks. I don't know if that's the PVC leaking, it shouldn't be, or it's that there's a little bit of silicone missing or something. There's a little hole that the water can get into. But that is one thing that I really don't like about the bag, is that it leaks due to the fact you've got to cut your own holes. Go and get another brand and you're not going to have that issue because most of them already have the tracks on the back. Another thing that I don't like about it, but that's not really a product thing, it's just because it's a 270 awning, is the height of it. If you put this in your car, you can't get into any underground car parks anymore. I can't. I have never been able to since I bought it 18 months ago. So you look at some other brands, and I'm not naming any brands, but some are half the height of it and they do the same function and they're probably about 5-6 kilos lighter. I don't know if that affects the stability of them or not, because as I said, I've only tested this one brand, I haven't used any other brands. That is just one thing that I don't like about it, is it's such a big awning that you can't get in the car parks anymore, and it's just heavy to put on as well. If you're going to put it on, I suggest getting someone else to help you do it, because it's a struggle by yourself. When I set it up on this car, we actually had to get 3 of us. I had to get mum and dad to give me a hand because I was climbing on top of the roof rack, holding it up and bolting it in, while 2 of them were holding it up as well. So I do actually recommend this awning for the price of, when it's on sale for $350, $400. Also, you can get some walls with it as well. But don't go and buy it for the full price. I bought it for the full price when it came out. I probably should have waited a couple months and I would have got it for 1/3 of the price. So if you're looking for a budget awning, but you don't want to break the bank and you want a 270 freestanding, definitely get one of these. They'll do you good.